Yeah. There we go. All right. We are live. How's it going, everyone? This is Judith Vergara here, and welcome to episode 31 of Entrepreneur in the Spotlight. And today we are hanging out with the one and only Mark McGarry. Mark helps internet marketers, marketers in general, find just a better and easier way for them to do business. And today he is hanging out with us, and he is about to drop some major value. So, Mark, give us a little bit of an intro and give us a little sneak preview inside your world.
Yeah, so basically, I've been pretty much, I'm 35 now, so I've been involved actually in the bar trade since I was 16, so it'll be my 20th anniversary in the bar trade next year, which is quite scary. It's like half a working career already at age 35. But so maybe in the last 6-7 weeks, I've kind of gotten involved in internet marketing. For the last 2.5 years, I was actually involved in network marketing. And while network marketing is great, it's giving me a good skill set. It's kind of definitely showed me a better way to say kind of make a living. Better than your regular 9-to-5 kind of work. A lot of it can be very kind of frustrating. You'd be spinning your wheels a lot. Kind of a lot of hair putting involved. Because the particular company that I was involved in, they don't promote stuff like lead generation. They're all into, write up your 100 people circle of influence list and, text and try to message them all day. Which, if you see my posts on Facebook, kind of, I don't really like spamming, but it's the nature of the beast. So you kind of tend to turn into the beast sometimes when you're working it. So it's just very, very restrictive. So about a year ago, I met my sponsor, Karen Richardson, online, and I was actually looking into internet marketing as another income stream for about a year before that, anyway. But the companies that I was looking at, like I don't know, I'm allowed to mention them, but so there's a few companies that I was looking at, but it just seemed like a ton of hard work, and I didn't have a background at all in internet marketing, so I just thought it would be like an endless kind of money pit, basically.
Yeah.
So as I said, when I met Karen, I started following her closely. I was seeing what she was doing with her company, the Super Affiliate Network, and I thought, gee, this is a really, really good, different way of looking at it. As you know, pretty much everything is kind of done for you. You just need to follow what others are teaching you and put them in practice. So I went for it about 6 weeks ago, and I'm kind of haven't looked back, really. So as it says on my Facebook page, I try and help marketers find a better and easier way, because I've been through that already myself. So that's kind of where that phrase comes from, So that's basically a basic introduction to how I got here.
Yeah. So, Mark, break it down for us. Break down your subject matter expertise for us.
Well, as I said, at the moment, about 6 weeks in, so I'm still kind of testing certain things. So really kind of, I ran my first kind of solo ads a few weeks back. So I'll be doing my second run next week, because I actually I'll be signing up to Pro on Monday.
Nice.
So I'm going to be doing another solo ad run. I'm doing the Facebook kind of the Facebook, the free advertising and all that, Instagram and Facebook. But looks like solo ads are definitely the way to go, especially when you're starting off and a very, very small list.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, what I always tell my team members is Facebook and Instagram, they're more of a supplement to paid ads. Like, sure,
exactly.
If you're strapped for budget, then sure, absolutely, you can rely on the free ads. I'm not saying they don't work, but they're more of a supplement. But you could totally just go on with it, right? Like some people here have done that, but paid ads is still the way to go. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm actually using another income stream, the Power Lead system, to kind of supplement my pro membership as well.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is we have in Ireland, they're called credit unions. They're kind of like banks, but they're run by it's like a co-op basically run by members of the community. So you can take out a loan for 3 years. You can pay back weekly installments. And the good thing about leveraging Power Lead system is I've already got, I think, 3 payments made up before I even take out the loan.
Yeah.
So, it's that's what I find really good about it,
Yeah, no, I'm still in I signed up on PLS about a couple weeks ago, but I'm still on the testing phase. I ran my first ad to them this week, so I'm still on the testing phase. So, but I've heard great things. So,
what I love about San is just the community you step into. It's just all embracing.
Yeah, absolutely. Very welcoming. Yeah.
So, and of course, my sponsor is Karen herself. She's really good, and of course Sean as well. So they're my 2 mentors at the moment. And if it wasn't for them, to be honest, I'd be
Yeah, guys that are hanging out with Mark and I right now. Karen, such an amazing lady. I think if I remember correctly, I think she's episode 8 of Entrepreneur Spotlight. But anyway, she dropped major value. So definitely dial back, watch that video. She shared her Facebook marketing secrets. So if you want in on that, definitely dial back a few episodes back. So, but for now, hang out with us here. So Mark, break it down for us. Don't pull anything back, really lay it out for us. Tell us about your rock bottom moment.
I can't really call it a rock bottom moment, but definitely what really tilted it past the line for me for going with San was that I left the job a few weeks ago. I'm in another job now, but the job I was in, I had about 20 euros, so that's about $22 to my name. And of course, my buddies in work were kind of calling me to go out for a night out, just for a few drinks and stuff, and I couldn't afford to go out for a night out because I was playing all my money into my network marketing gig and getting nowhere. So that was basically it. That's what kind of pushed me over the edge to go for it, because I said I'd just be in the same position next year. If I don't go for it. And well, the other thing is that my car, I had to do quite a few repairs to it, and I actually had to take out a holiday. I actually had to take out my holiday pay to pay for those repairs for the car. And I said, if this happens again, I have to kiss the car goodbye. So that was pretty much what kind of pushed me over the edge. It wasn't really a rock bottom, but it was more of a kind of
rough. Yeah.
Push, So.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see who we've got here. Sean Maloney in the house. Hey, how's it going? We got Romel, Solo, Michael Green, Marco, Renee Rushton, Melissa Winburn. And hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you're getting tons of value so far. I know Mark's been dropping it. So so now what steps did you take to improve upon that rough moment?
As in like joining up with San and stuff, or?
Well, no, what steps did you take, or how did you improve upon that rock bottom moment?
Oh yeah, so like literally, I'd say within a week or two, I said I give this network marketing gig a few more months, and if it doesn't work out, I just leave it in the past, and that's exactly what happened. So I got onto Karen straight away, just messaged her, and I said, look, I've been following you for the last year or so. If you just send me the link, and I kind of get going. And she sent me the link, and I paid in for the $37 a month, I think it was. About a day later, I went annual. And then, of course, I didn't have the funds at the time for Pro, but my first sign up in San, within a week, he actually went Pro. So I missed out on that. And then I said to myself, come hell or high water, I'm getting this money,
Yeah.
and I'm going pro. So as like you hear the top earners always say, it's a confidence thing. And Misha will say it, that the only thing stopping people actually, going pro and Maui and all that kind of stuff is a confidence thing. They don't think they can do it. So once I found out that I could do it, I just went for it basically. Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, listen to that. He dropped two big things in there that you should take note of, okay? First things first, he followed Karen for like a year or so. So if you guys are finding that, like say you're doing Facebook Lives, you're posting on Facebook, but you don't see any interaction, just know that they are watching. They may not leave a comment. They may not leave comments, hearts, shares, whatever, but they are watching. Okay. Understand that the ones that are interacting with, say Karen's posts or Keisha Baz's posts are the people, 90% of those interactions are people that are already in their team, or people that are already, people that are already in their team, people that are actively, already paying for their services. Right. But the ones that you're trying to attract are just lurking, waiting and watching, and see how long you stick with it. See if it's actually a quality product that you're sharing with them. Okay. And then second, that Mark just shared there, is positioning yourself. He himself missed out on an awesome $1,000 commission because he wasn't positioned. And so that's what he's working on right now. Right. So that's what he's improving upon that. That's something to take note of. Right. So now, what's your most brilliant light bulb moment so far in your business that just turned things around for you?
Pretty much probably going back to just what I said about, even though I wasn't positioned at pro, and I actually brought a guy through, and he signed for your basic membership. And within the week, before the week was finished, he went on to pro. So then that was the light bulb moment that, you know what? I can actually do this. I can make the big commissions, even though I don't really know what I'm doing pretty much all the time. It's like, building your parachute on the way down, a famous saying, jump off the cliff. So, which is a lot of time the best way to go. Just don't have a plan. Just go ahead and do it. If you just feel it in your heart and your head, as Bob Proctor says, if you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hands.
Yes.
So just follow you usually feel it in your heart. That's the best. That's better advice than anyone out in the real world will give you. Is just listen to your heart and just go for it. So that was what done it for me, really.
Yeah. Mark is trusting the process. I love it. Yeah. Following Bob Proctor, follow him too. He just keeps dropping it. It's everything he says just makes perfect sense. Like a lot of people would kind of dismiss it as some voodoo crap, but come on, let's face it. Okay. In reality, a lot of the successful people out there, Oprah, Denzel Washington, Jim Carrey, the big names, really, even this big CEOs, they all say the same thing. It all starts in the mind. So if those big people are saying it, is it still voodoo though?
I love the Jim Carrey story about the check he wrote himself before he made it.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. 10 million. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and he said, he'll be driving around just visualizing what life would be like it's actually there, like he's actually driving to meet the agent or something like that. That's amazing. Yeah.
What I do like to do is Bob Proctor always talks about gold cards. So I think you saw that post I had on today. Since I joined up with San, I had a gold card in front of my steering wheel in my car. Mm-hmm. So every time I stepped into the car, even if you're not looking at the card, it's your subconscious is still reading it.
Yeah.
And it's a funny thing, but it works.
Yeah, I remember when I first ran into that, and when I first got started on network marketing about early 2016, right? Like I met up with my then upline. He's got all these things posted around, like on his keyboard, on his car, on the same as you do, right? Like on his dash. And I'm like, what a waste of paper. What are you doing? That's what I said. And then now it just makes sense to me. So, yeah. So what held you back from going all in when you were first getting started?
Again, the confidence thing. It always goes back to confidence, really, doesn't it? Confidence, I think, is at the core of a lot of people's choices, and mindset. Of course, mindset. It all comes down to confidence and mindset, I think.
Yeah,
they're really at the core of every kind of decision people make. So, if, of course, it's down to your conditioning and your environment and everything else. It all plays a part. But as I said, if you just feel it in your heart that it's the right thing to do, to go for it. I mean, it's not a coincidence that people are making pro sales pretty much every single week within a couple of months of even joining SAN. And that's all down to the system again. The system just does everything for you, So as I said, just trust your heart and don't mind what all the naysayers will say. Just whatever way you can do to get that money. As I said, we're quite lucky the way the credit union is kind of structured in this country, that we can relatively easy to get a loan. So obviously, say in the States or whatever, or Canada might be more difficult. But whatever way you can get that money, just do it. I was saving. I was saving a lot of money, but I'm in a low pay job, so I just saved enough money to get the basic amount for the loan. And once I got the amount, I just went for it. So
there you go. He's just taking a massive action, just like whatever it takes, right? There's money is everywhere, really. It's everywhere. But what are you doing? Yeah, energy. It's an energy, right? It's energy. So what are you doing to tap into that energy, right? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So we have Ian. Yeah. Sorry.
Money will replenish itself. That's what it's there for.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll replenish itself. Like walking. Like sometimes, like I have a really soft heart for homeless people. Like sometimes I'm walking by and I'll be, like I'll hand them $5, or say I'm carrying a little bag of A&W for lunch. I'll just hand it off and just go get a new one. Then my buddy would say, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll make it back. Because it does, money will replenish itself. And at the moment they're more in need. Like, look at me, man. I don't need another A&W inside my body.
And a lot of people are with a scarcity mentality about money. They hoard money.
Mm-hmm.
But, you're going to have to leave go of it one day, whether you like it or not. So
exactly. Yeah. One of the main things I learned from my former job. Now I already left them and moved on to somewhere else. But one thing he said, he's the VP. He's one of the owners of the company, and someone was bugging him about paying for everything, high end things for his daughters, and all he said was like, I don't care. I can't take it with me. Anything happens with me tomorrow, I can't take it with me. And that just really resonated with me and just took it away from there. You can't take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah. So we have Ian Barwell and Cersei Simpson just hopped on. Hey, how's it going? You're awesome, Judith. Yes, it will come back. Oh, thanks, Saulo. Saulo's hanging out with us too. So, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. That's a tough one, because a lot of the advice you receive, it's not all people.
they're all valuable.
It's actually probably from my network marketing days, my upline, who don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to them for introducing me to a different way of kind of making a living, all that. But they said, just again, it's going back to doing what you feel is right. Whatever people around you are saying, that's just their insecurities. Don't listen to them. Whatever stuff they say to you is just their own insecurities manifesting itself in their actions. So and just don't hate them for it. Just realize that it's just their paradigms or whatever. So just don't listen to what anyone says, and just if you think it's the right thing to do yourself, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. What Mark is Mark is just proving that things that, like you see this meme everywhere, what other people say about you has nothing to do with you. It has more to do with them. And that's exactly what Mark is um proving to us right now, like whatever they say, it's more of a reflection of their paradigms, more of a reflection of their struggles, their issues, right? So don't take it to heart if they say something that just kind of set you off a little bit. Just walk away from it. Take the high road, if that's the right term. Just keep moving forward and don't take it to heart. How about you? Oh, Saulo is asking, how about you, Judith? What was the best advice was given to you, and what did you do with that information? Well, I was again, that's a tough question, but one of the best advice that when I was really starting out, that and I wasn't sure what's happening in front of me, Bob Heilig said that if what you're doing is scaring you, or what you're doing is making you really uncomfortable, then you're doing something right. So from there, I just kept on moving forward, and I've already received a bunch of other great advice since, and yeah, but that one is where it all began for me, right? So yeah, there you go, Saulo. I hope that answered your question. Anyway, so what's a personal habit that you have that's just a must for you on a daily basis?
Yeah, so definitely what changed the whole game for me is meditation.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one thing I always kind of talk about, say on my Facebook page and to my friends and all that kind of stuff. So meditation is what changed it for me, because I suppose in my past life, I was pretty pessimistic. I was pretty negative. Again, just from listening to the media, the news, your environment, etc. And I used to get quite kind of, we would say, kind of wound up in the car, but so meditation is what really kind of changed the game and, really kind of reset my brain. I do other things. I try to stick to a morning routine as best I can, but sometimes I don't get it all done because, like get nice and away and stuff. So stuff like visualization, meditation, journaling, gratitude, and obviously exercise. But if I can't get it all done, the one thing I try to do is definitely meditation. I try to get 20 minutes a day done. If I can't anyway, I get at least 5 minutes done. That's the one thing I'd always stick to is meditation. And it's meditation's awesome. I think you just have to do it to kind of experience it, I suppose. There's a lot of different meditations. Just my mind tends to race quite a lot, so I use a guided meditation. It's called Headspace.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will just listen to, chanting, like use a chanting meditation or transcendental or whatever. But I just find the guided meditation works for me, So I definitely advise you guys to check out Headspace. It's definitely very good.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. I know I've tried Headspace myself as well. That's how I first got started. Then now I'm just doing it on my own, like just the breathing and all that stuff. But definitely, turning off your brain just for even 5 minutes, you'd be surprised by how much it affects the rest of the day. Right.
One of my favorite sayings is Tony Robbins: "If you don't have 10 minutes to yourself in the morning, you don't have a life." Yeah. So I try to remind myself of that comment a lot, to kind of grow me. Yeah.
Yeah. Boom. Guys, Mark has been dropping value left, right, and center. It's been amazing. It's really having so much fun here hanging out with you, Mark. So, Mark, what do you have on the go right now? What's something you're super excited about?
As I said, the next 6 months, year, I suppose, because obviously with Sand Pro, it's going to open a whole load of new doors for me.
Yeah.
And as I said, because I am still pretty much a newbie at this as well, so I am still in student mode quite, a lot. So it's all a learning curve, and it's very exciting. But definitely with the pro membership, it's going to kind of what's supercharge business, you know. So
Yeah.
that's definitely that's definitely the exciting thing on the horizon is pro membership, and other guys from network marketing especially kind of find a better way.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, when you find a better way of doing things, and then it reminds you of all that struggles you made when you first got started, and a part of you just says, I don't want anyone else to go through the same. And that's exactly what Mark's that's definitely what Mark has on the go right now, and it's super, super awesome, guys. Should check it out. Now, Mark, before we wrap this up, I don't want to wrap this up yet. Before we wrap this up, give us a parting piece of guidance. What's that one message that you absolutely believe that everyone needs to hear?
Again, I'm probably going to sound like a bit of a broken record, but I just go back to, just believe in yourself, believe in the process. Yeah. However way you come across this opportunity, super affiliate network, internet marketing in general, just check it out, give it a try. It's only $1.
Yeah.
So and you have all your training modules there ready to go. So, and you can always get your $1 back, you know.
Yeah, $1 plus $100 if you didn't like it at all. Yeah.
So it's either $1 or, where are you going to be this time next year, you know? So that's what I said to myself. And I say to myself every day, where will I be next year if I don't go for it, you know? So again, you're going to get the naysayers again, the people out there who will tell you, it's a bad idea. There's nothing in digital marketing, which is because it's the future. It's happening all around us, you know? So within 10, 20 years, majority of jobs are going to be automated anyway. So I know it might sound like a bit of like I'm pissing on some people's parade, but you got to be realistic as well. So, when we see that opportunity, just give it a try, and you never know where it's going to lead,
That's pretty exactly. Keep your finger on the pulse, okay? Where would the future be? And that's where you got to be, okay? Don't get stuck in, just think about it this way, okay? Those newspaper companies that just really, really stuck to it, didn't bother going digital on some of their broad syndication, they refused. They just kept on it because this is the way that it is. Where are they right now? They didn't keep their finger on the pulse.
I think one of the biggest newspapers in the UK, in the world, got wiped out a couple of years ago because of that, so.
Yeah, exactly. But check out the New York Times. They're still kicking around because they adapted to that digital world. You see them everywhere on the internet. They managed to adapt.
Look at Nokia, the phone company.
Yeah.
Everyone had a Nokia.
Yeah, that's right. Now they're gone. They didn't. Yeah, exactly. I think they're trying to make a comeback, but they still can't compete with they're still having a hard time competing with Apple and Samsung. But anyway, exactly. That just there you go. Sean Maloney says, "Ride the wave, don't get hit by it." Absolutely, absolutely. That's right. So Mark, before we wrap this up, what is the best way that they could connect with you?
Yeah, through Facebook. I'm quite active on Facebook, so just Mark McGarry on Facebook. On Instagram, it's actually because I'm quite into triathlon and Ironman racing and all that. So it's actually Mark A MCG, all one word. So I might just post in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments after you're done.
Mark A McG _ the Zen Triathlete is what I call it.
There you go. Zen Triathlete. Love that.
So they be the two platforms. They're kind of the only. I don't like Twitter, but so I'm not on Twitter, but I Snapchat as well, but definitely Instagram or Facebook are the ones to reach me on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, drop it in the comments after after we wrap this up. And Mark, thank you again. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You dropped value left, right, and center. I really, really do appreciate that. And guys that are still hanging out with us, I love you guys. I appreciate you. thank you for always coming on, hopping in, and hanging out with myself and my guest, and today with Mark here in Entrepreneur in the Spotlight. Okay, I absolutely appreciate you guys doing that, and hang out with us again tomorrow. I'll be hanging out with Raymond Stander. I think we'll be an hour earlier for the broadcast. He requested to do it an hour earlier, so we'll be having it at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. But other than that, what's that?
That's one not to miss with Raymond.
That's right. Yeah, Ray is not to be missed. That is not an episode to be missed, because I'm pretty sure he'll be dropping the value just like Mark did today. So there should be 3 buttons wherever you're watching from. That way you never miss out on another episode of Entrepreneur in the Spotlight and my live training videos, which I pump out daily. There should be 3 dots. Turn on live notifications. That way you never miss out. All right, guys. Thank you again for hanging out with us. I sure appreciate that. And Mark and I are going to hop out now. Bye. Yeah.